About it, y'all? This is Daniel Nicholson with Nicholson Farms. Today I'm gonna make a little video on something I've never really had too much experience dealing with. I've got a young nanny that over the past couple days I noticed her limping a little bit. Kind of looked at the area or her legs, and what she has is two raw spots right below or right above her hoof. And so I did a little research today, and what I think it is either lice or mites, and it's just itching her, and she keeps licking in the area, so it just keeps irritating it. So I want to catch her up, get a good look at what's going on, clean that wound up. And the research that I did said you could use some 7 dust to put on the goat, and that'll take care of the lice or mites, whatever it is. So we're gonna try to do that. She's a little wild, so I'm gonna try to catch her. I might have to use a lasso, and we'll see what it looks like once we get her caught. But y'all stick with us, and I'm gonna show y'all all that. Thank you. So this is the little girl that's kind of hurt. You see her limping a little bit. We're gonna pour him a little bit of feed and see if we can't catch her. Today is actually 9/11. It's a sad day for the United States, but these girls are 2 months away from their due date, so we're gonna go ahead and start feeding them today. So we'll catch her, and then we'll pour the rest of them some feed, and we're gonna take her down to my other little catch pen where I got the goats that we bought the other day. And I'm gonna leave her down there so she's just easier to catch while I treat her feet. Alright, so it's actually a couple days later from when we started this video. We thunderstorm came up the other day and we got rained out. But I went ahead and treated her feet the other day. It's time to do it again, so I'm going to catch her again. And I'm going to show you how I'm trying to fight these mites off of this goat and show her feet. I think they've improved a little bit just by looking at her walk, but we'll be able to look at it closer. But first we got to catch her again. She's back there. She's in a small pen, but we'll catch her and we'll start showing you what we're doing. So since the other day when I treated her feet, they already are looking a whole lot better. They're real red and kind of drainy looking the other day, but they're starting to scab over. This purple stuff you see is Blu-Kote, and I'm about to show you all that and how I plan on trying to treat this. But things we'll be using, we got this Blu-Kote fungicidal spray. You can put it on any animal that has a cut. Put 7 dust on her to try to keep the mites off of her. Hopefully we can kill them. And also I got some Peroxide. The bottle looks like it's from the 80s, but hopefully it's still good. But we're gonna try that, and we're gonna clean this wound out, clean it out with some Peroxide, and then put some Blu-Kote on it. And hopefully it keeps healing. We're gonna try to do this without knocking over the camera. But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna soak a paper towel with some Peroxide. Try to get in there, clean this wound out, bring up some fresh skin, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. This is probably the worst one. You can still see where it's kind of moist in there. Has a little bit of drainage. Kind of dry it out a little bit before I put that Blu-Kote on there, just so it sticks. Essentially what that Blu-Kote is nothing. I mean, it's got antibiotics and fungicide and stuff like that, and it's pretty much a liquid Band-Aid, kinda. And it stains everything. My hand will be purple for about 2 days. From what I've read, the mites don't actually cause the wound. It's from the goat licking and kind of biting at its heel, trying to scratch the mites off. And they just kind of rub it raw over time. That's pretty much all I'm gonna do for her, other than we're gonna throw a little 7 dust on her. And see if we can't get this all over Maddie. She should be good to go now. Hopefully, we'll keep watching her, and hopefully she starts feeling a little better. But like I said, since the other day, I can already tell that she's been walking a whole lot better. So hopefully what I'm doing is right. Like I said, I'm no veterinarian, so all I can do is research and see what I come up with. Another thing we're gonna go ahead and do today, since I got these 2 new nannies last week, we're gonna go ahead and put ear tags on them, and I haven't put them in my record book. So we're gonna go ahead and catch them. We're gonna put an ear tag in them. I'll show you how I do that. I always put my ear tag in the right side of the goats. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna show you what I write in my record book whenever I tag a goat and kind of why I do that. So the ear tags I use, and here in South Carolina, you have to register your farm if you have goats or sheep for scabies. So they send you 80 tags. I don't have 80 goats. So instead of me buying extra tags, I just use these. They have your scabies or your farm identification number, that SC, South Carolina, and then that's my scabies number. And they come, all of them's tagged. I've got 1 through 80. So we're gonna catch these 2 girls, and they're gonna be number 29 and 30. So I got this gun, your tag just slips in there. I always put the point in the inside, and I try to go higher up on the ear, just because it's more likely to get caught on something down lower. So all I'm gonna go up, they have some veins on the inside of their ear. You just wanna make sure you're gonna miss that. Put it on there. And clamp. And it's just like getting the earring, it won't last long. But it didn't hurt her. I mean, she'll shake her head a little bit. That's all it is. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna miss that vein. Go a little higher up. Clamp. That's it. So we put the tags on them. They're gonna be number 29 and 30. All I do is, I don't really name my goats other than they have numbers. Then I'm gonna put their color of their head, or color of them. Both of them have red heads. They're from my buddy Fletcher. Date of birth, I think they're right at a year or so old. So we're just gonna put fall of 2019. Boar Nanny was their mother. And then their sex, female. And their sire, just a cross up Billy. From here, all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say right here in this, I got 1 empty box. I'm gonna say bought from own. I think it was 9/8/20. From here on, whenever I breed goats or I do anything to them, I write, if I worm them down here in my notes section, then I put my breeding date, the kidding date, how many kids they had. We'll go back to another one. Only goats I put in here is my nannies and my billies. The billies that I'm gonna keep and the nannies that I have. So our big Billy, Sheriff, this is all his information. When he was weaned, or when I weaned his babies, the things that I've done to his babies, that kind of thing. So here's the example of a goat that I've had for a couple years, and I just started keeping records this year. So she was bred on 5/11. Her last baby was on 3/8. It was one male. His number was 27, and he brought $130. It just gives me time to, or gives me info whenever I go back and it's time to start calling out nannies. Maybe the goats that I've had to worm a lot of their babies, or I'm having to worm a lot of them, that's the ones I'm gonna let go first. Or if they only have one baby every year, I'm gonna let them go first. Or even stuff like how bad their feet are. So anytime we work on the goats, I document everything, just because whenever I do get to my goal of 30 nannies, I'm not gonna be able to keep track of who had who and that kind of thing. But that's how I keep my record book. We got number 29 in there. So now I'm gonna put number 30, and that's gonna be it for the day. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Sorry the video I didn't get it all done in one day, but we did get to add on the ear tag and my record keeping information on there. So I really appreciate it. If y'all haven't already, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, start liking some of the videos, and go ahead and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified next time we post a video. But we really appreciate it, and we'll see y'all on the next one.